come a long way, my friend. Across oceans, deserts. Seen things few men have seen.
The fewer still will believe.
The end is in sight.
Ron and Robert, how are you? It's a pleasure to be here.
Very well, sir. Yourself?
Good to be here with you.
I'm well, thank you. What sets this story apart for us? Is it an unusual story? Is it told in a unique way? Is it the characters?
I think what you said earlier was interesting about the fact that the institution of the church and their methods of control and their kind of unrelenting expansion and all those, basically their expansion in the medieval times is the backdrop to this film, which is ultimately supernatural. So I think it's quite unique in a sense, and it grounds the movie and gives it a gravitas, and so that I suppose you can suspend disbelief because you believe where these characters are coming from and who they are, and that's the most important thing. And I think it's quite unique in that sense.
You refer to the genre. Where do we fit this film? In what kind of genre? Because we look at it and it looks like an action, adventure, horror, supernatural, thriller, and an epic in a period way, a period film.
I think if you see all that in the movie, then that's great. I mean, I hate just pinning a genre name on any work of art, because you're belittling the effort that's gone into it, and you're underselling a ton of other aspects that go into the storytelling. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're selling it as a supernatural thriller, which it certainly is that, but it's so many other things as well. It's like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's a road movie. It's a buddy movie. It's a horror movie. It's a dialectic on the difference between true spirituality and superstition. It's a dialectic on what happens to a powerful force that lusts for more power and limited power and is willing to go against their own moral code in order to accumulate that and perpetuate itself. So yeah,
it's a very complete film.
There's a lot going on, and I do a little juggling in the film, which a lot of people don't realize. I started out in vaudeville. I sing a couple songs, do a couple dances, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
We're talking about
just cuts away from a battle to Ron going hey,
you gotta make a living,
Yeah, you gotta make a living.
Tough times are tough, even then.
I mean, how else would you pay for your women of the night?
Speaking of buddy movie, your character Felsen and the Nick Cage's character Beman. There's a bond, a very special bond between the two of you. I think that bond is between the characters and between the actors themselves. How did that came up, that chemistry, and how did you work with Nick on that level?
Well, a lot of it's on the page. There was some stuff that we didn't see enough of on the page, and we asked for to have bolstered. We did a huge amount of talking, Nick and I, before we started filming, about what our backstory was, how long we've known each other, where did we meet, what were the circumstances, why, what is it about him to me and me to him that turns us into a sort of a tag team that are going to make their way through life together, through thick and thin. So we had a pretty well articulated set of backstories to draw from, and not that you ever see that, but you kind of see it through osmosis.
You can feel it.
You feel it. We hope you feel it.
Yeah. Robert, in a cast so rich in experience, Nicolas Cage, Ron Perlman, is there more to fear or to learn?
I think there's more of both. I think firstly the fear comes from sheer terror that you won't be able to hold your own in such a wonderful cast, because
Ron is very big. So.
he's very big and he will hit you.
It's
if
the
he finds
pictures
it.
that got small.
If you fluff a line, he will punch you after they've yelled cut, so that you're constantly in fear when you're doing a scene with Ron. And
You feel that one?
you felt it at home. But there's also there's a great amount to learn, because this is my first time doing a film of this epic size, this magnitude. So I was quick to learn patience, I think, because you have to on a film of this size. And I think the best people to learn it from were Nick and Ron, because you know they've done so many of these movies, and they know how to relax and be patient and conserve energy in a time of sheer chaos. And that's what filming is, especially at this size. It seems it just gets, it can get pretty tense and mad. So I think the art of patience could be the one thing that I learned from this, and the art of just letting everything happen around you and stay calm.
Okay.
Stay lazy, basically. Is the,
Thank you very
key.
much. Enjoy. I love your shirt.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
You're not like the others. Do you believe I'm a witch, Bayman?
Don't be deceived. She sees the weakness that lies in our hearts. And what she sees there, she will use against us.
You're not afraid of me. Are you?